everyone and welcome to Medi Simplified. So in this video we are going to talk about galactose metabolism and the disorder due to galactose metabolism called as galactosemia. So we'll start with the galactose metabolism first. What happens? Galactose first gets converted. Galactose gets converted into galactose 1-phosphate. Galactose 1-phosphate with the help of enzyme galactokinase. With the help of enzyme galactokinase. Kinase means transferase group. So it transfers a phosphate. It transfers a phosphate to galactose and makes it galactose 1-phosphate. 1 means at the first position of galactose there is a phosphate group. So it is now galactose 1-phosphate. This galactose 1-phosphate can get converted into gets converted into another molecule called as glucose 1-phosphate. Right? They both are epimers of each other, glucose and galactose, or isomers. So galactose get converted into galactose 1-phosphate. Then galactose 1-phosphate gets converted into glucose 1-phosphate. This conversion is done with the help of enzyme Gal1-Put, that is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. So what we have done, we have transferred a group called as uridyl transferase. Many biochemists call it as a Gal1-Put, right? So Gal1-Put. So Gal1-Put helps it to get converted into this glucose 1-phosphate. Now what is happening? From where did we get this uridyl group? So uridyl we got from a compound called as UDP glucose. We got it from UDP glucose. This UDP glucose gets converted into UDP galactose, right? And gives a uridyl group to the transfer of uridyl group is occurring, and this again for the next cycle what happens, we need again this glucose, UDP glucose, again for the next cycle. That occurs with the help of enzyme called as epimerase. I hope I am clear till now. What is happening? Galactose is getting converted into galactose 1-phosphate with the help of enzyme galactokinase. Then galactose 1-phosphate is getting converted into glucose 1-phosphate with the help of enzyme galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase, Gal1-Put. Now this uridyl group is coming from a UDP glucose. It is coming from a UDP glucose and gets converted into UDP galactose. For the next cycle, for the next metabolism of galactose, once again we need UDP glucose that gets converted from UDP galactose with the help of enzyme epimerase. So now we have 3 enzymes: galactokinase, we have Gal1-Put, that is our galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase, and epimerase. Any deficiency either of galactokinase or Gal1-Put or epimerase will lead to a disease called as galactosemia. So we have 2 types of galactosemia. One is classical, another one is non-classical. So if there is a deficiency of galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase, then it leads to classical galactosemia. Right? Whereas if there is a deficiency of galactokinase or epimerase enzyme, that leads to iski deficiency, epimerase ki or galactokinase ki deficiency. That leads to what disease? It leads to non-classical galactosemia. Till here we are clear. So now we are going to talk about the classical galactosemia in depth, because mostly the question has been asked on classical galactosemia in a case kind of thing. Clinical cases जो आने लगे हैं आजकल वो आते हैं classical galactosemia से. तो जब हम उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे तो हमें थोड़ा समझ में आएगा कि इसके क्वेश्चंस पूछे कैसे जाते हैं और कैसे हमें इसके डायग्नोसिस पे आना है. डेफिशिएंसी हमें पता है, वी नो द डेफिशिएंसी इन galactosemia, classical galactosemia, that is galactose 1-phosphate. So now let's talk about this classical galactosemia, what it is actually. So now we are going to talk about classical galactosemia. Classical galactosemia. Galactosemia. Right? So what is the enzyme deficiency? Enzyme deficiency here is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. So galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. So I'll write it GAL1 put. Right? So iski deficiency se what is happening? When there is a deficiency of GAL1 put, what will happen? This galactose 1-phosphate will accumulate, right? So in classical galactosemia, what is happening? Enzyme deficiency is GAL1 put, and there is an accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate. Galactose 1-phosphate. यहाँ तक clear है कि classical galactosemia is occurring due to deficiency of GAL1 put, and in this there is a accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate. So when this disease occur, what is the age of onset? The age of onset is at 1 to 2 weeks of life. 1 to 2 weeks of life. Why? Because at the age of 1 to 2 weeks, that is just after birth, also the first week, the child is given breastfeed, right? So it has been breastfeeded, and that breastfeeding, that milk, breast milk contains lactose, and that lactose is made up of glucose and galactose. So then there is a galactose in our body, in the baby, and that galactose is not getting metabolized. So due to deficiency of GAL1 put, so there will be accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate in the baby, and due to that certain disease, certain clinical features has been seen. So what is happening here? Once again, I'll write it whatever I said it just now. There is a breastfeeding initiated. So write one line that breastfeeds initiate the symptom. Breastfeed initiates the symptom. Why? Because this breast milk contains lactose. Breast milk contains lactose, and this lactose is made up of, if you read the basic of carbohydrates in the classification, you'll get to know that lactose is made up of glucose plus galactose. Now this galactose is not being metabolized, and there is an accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate in the baby. Due to this accumulation, what are the clinical features we see? So clinical features, very important, the child will have an intellectual disability. Intellectual disability. Right? Second, the child will have hepatosplenomegaly. Failure to thrive. All the common features whenever a malnourished child you see, or whenever a child who is not getting what the nutrients or carbohydrates he or she needs. So hepatosplenomegaly, liver failure. Obviously, if the child is not able to accumulate the galactose, it will be leading to vomiting. Failure to thrive. One more thing occurs. That is, one more thing is occurring in this child. That is oil drop cataract. Okay, so oil drop cataract, when you learn in the ophthalmology, that is very different type of cataract. There you'll read oil drop cataract is seen in galactosemia. So oil drop cataract. So how does this oil drop cataract occurs? Basically, this galactose, when it is not getting converted into we had accumulation in galactosemia. We are having accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate. Now this galactose 1-phosphate, which is not be able to convert it into glucose 1-phosphate, will get converted into galactose again. Right? Will get converted into galactose again. Then there is a reduction reaction. and this galactose gets converted into galactylol. Galactylol. Now this galactylol or galactitol accumulates in the lung, accumulates in the lens. Accumulates in lens. When there is accumulation of galactylol in the lens, there is a opacification in the lens which leads to cataract. So this leads to cataract, and this cataract is known as oil drop cataract. So galactose 1-phosphate not being able to convert into glucose 1-phosphate due to deficiency of what? Galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. Then it gets converted into galactylol, which accumulates in lens and leads to cataract known as oil drop cataract. What is cataract actually? It is opacification of lens or cornea or both. So here we are having opacification of lens. So oil drop cataract. So oil drop cataract. So how does it look like? So this is an image from my one of the video on the revision of ophthalmology. So this is the image of oil drop cataract, right? Oil drop cataract, which is occurring in galactosemia due to deficiency of galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase, which we are writing today as GAL1 put. Right? You can see like a drop of oil, there is a appearance of the lens or the cornea. So this is known as galactosemia में दिखने वाला oil drop cataract. Now you will tell me, I will ask you one question, that how will you treat such patient of galactosemia? So treatment of galactosemia is very simple. We advise a lactose-free diet. We advise a lactose-free diet. If there is a deficiency, what happens usually at the age of 4 to 5 years, at 4 to 5 years of age, this can get activated. The deficient can get activated. So galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase can get activated. If it gets activated, then the child or then the person can live a normal life with the lactose diet. But usually we prefer that the child should be given lactose free diet. And if you talk about breastfeed, so breastfeed is totally contraindicated. So breastfeeding is contraindicated in galactosemia. Right? So that was about classical galactosemia. One few line about the non-classical galactosemia also we should know. Non-classical galactosemia. Right? Because there can be a one-liner questions in some exams. So what is happening in non-classical galactosemia? It is a benign condition. First of all, it is a benign condition. So no intellectual disability is seen in this child. The enzyme deficiency, if someone asks enzyme deficiency, so you have to answer it can be either galactokinase or due to epimerase, or I'll write it as whole, that is UDP galactose epimerase. UDP galactose epimerase. इन दोनों एंजाइम की डेफिशिएंसी से होता है नॉन क्लासिकल गैलेक्टोसीमिया. और ओनली वन कॉमन साइन विच कैन बी सीन हियर, सो ओनली वन मैनिफेस्टेशन इज प्रेजेंट. Only one manifestation is present, and that is the cataract. That is the cataract. Right? So this was all about the galactosemia metabolism and the disorder. I'll once again just want to brush up very quickly. Galactose gets converted into galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase with the help galactose gets converted into galactophosphate. It gets converted into glucose phosphate. There is an enzyme deficiency of GAL1 put, leads to classical galactosemia. If there is a deficiency of galactokinase, then it will be non-classical galactosemia. Even if there is a deficiency of epimerase, it will lead to non-classical galactosemia. Classical galactosemia, enzyme deficiency is galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. There will be accumulation of galactose 1-phosphate. Onset will be at 1 to 2 weeks of life. Breastfeed will initiate the symptom. Why? Because breast milk contains lactose, which is made up of glucose and galactose. intellectual disability will be seen, liver failure, and oil drop cataract will be commonly seen here. The question comes that what gets accumulated in galactosemia or in oil drop cataract? So it will be galactylol, not galactose, for those who don't know the answer. Correct. Treatment, we advise the lactose free diet. At the age of 4-5 years, in some patient the GAL1 phosphate can get activated, but if not gets activated, the patient has to live a lactose free diet throughout his life, and breastfeeding is contraindicated. This is how oil drop cataract looks like. And if we talk about the non-classical galactosemia, it is a benign condition due to deficiency of galactokinase or UDP galactose epimerase. One manifestation which is common, that is cataract. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you found this video useful. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, MediSimplified. Thank you.